My name's Bodybagz Pyfer. They call me Bodybagz because I put people away in the first round. I'm coming off of 4 back-to-back TKOs, knockouts, and one first-round submission. So that's 5 first-round finishes.
Why Daniel Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Why join the Daniel Gracie team?
I joined Daniel Gracie's team because they had the most people around my size. They had the most bodies. It's geared towards MMA, which particularly I found a liking in. I had a lack thereof. So joining this team, a lot of these classes were designated towards MMA style grappling and pressure and top pressure. So I'd heard a lot about Daniel over the years, and then I finally got in here after I had my 1 surgery and been home ever since.
Daniel Gracie team is completely undefeated. What's it like to be part of that team?
It feels good. It feels like I'm doing something right. It feels like I'm in the right place. I'm in the right mindset. I'm surrounded by like-minded people. This is a sport where the weak don't survive. And this is also a sport where a lot of people can get lucky and get by at certain levels until you get to the highest level. So I'm already at the highest level with these guys, and I'm progressing to try and compete now at the highest level. And I don't think there's any place better that I could be with obviously all the names that we can name drop here, like Sean Brady, Andre Prochowski, Jeremiah Wells, Daniel Gracie himself. Most importantly, I just think I'm surrounded by like-minded people that will get me to that level.
Okay, why did you want to become an MMA fighter or UFC fighter?
I wanted to become an MMA fighter because it's a testimony to my life. I've been through the ringer, man. I've gone through a lot of hardship. Don't talk to any family. I ran away from home. I still talk to 0 family, mother, 4 sisters. And MMA was something that started at 4.5 years old. And it was my escape from the harsh realities that I was going through in everyday life. Being bullied at school and things like that, having low self-esteem. And it wasn't until about 13 years old that I really, truly started to love mixed martial arts and primarily jiu-jitsu, because that is what I started in, no-gi jiu-jitsu. I think fighting kind of chose me. I always fought since I was born just to, even stay alive at sometimes. And jiu-jitsu is no different. You fight to keep that air in your brain, and you compete to win the match. Everything is a competition in this life, and jiu-jitsu is a replica of that, but in a controlled environment.
How important is it do you have to have a jiu-jitsu game to be an elite UFC fighter?
It's everything. It's just as important as the other elements of the fight game. Boxing and kickboxing, wrestling. Jiu-jitsu is, you get hit, you get rocked, you get taken down. The fight still continues on, and if you're not able to inflict damage, then you have to go to other avenues, attacking people's limbs and blood chokes and putting somebody out completely. What better way to end a fight? I can't recover from being choked out unconscious. That is 100% a guarantee that if I take you down, I get your back and I sink my hooks in, get a rear choke, I put you to sleep, the fight's over indefinitely. So, versus, some of the other elements, there's some recoveries and question marks. You rock somebody and then they recover. I love jiu-jitsu because if I get a hold of your neck, I'm putting you out and that's it. There's no more fight.
How long have you been on the journey to become an elite UFC fighter?
How many years? I've been training for 20 years. I'm 25 years old. I will be 26 years old. My first competition was actually August 3rd, 2003. Yeah, I was just turning 6 years old that following September. So I still have the medal. I still have the little Naga shorts. It was at Wildwood, the convention center. For a lot of people that don't know me, that will know me, I'm an old head in this sport. I'm kind of creeping up and people are like, who's this kid? Who's this kid? But yeah, I've been doing jiu-jitsu and MMA for a long time, and I'm just a testimony. There's no blueprint to this, but if you work hard, you get opportunities.
What does it take to be a UFC fighter?
It takes commitment, first of all, and it takes discipline. You can't go out on weekends. If you truly have a true top-level MMA schedule, MMA fighter schedule, you can't go out and party with your friends on the weekends. You can't go to the clubs. You can't go and eat, like crap and, eat fast food and things like that. It really takes a lot of commitment and determination, discipline, every extensive word that I can say that describes grit. There's days that you win, there's days that you lose, and you'll lose a lot more than you win if you want to get to the top. So to be the top level MMA fighter, you better find a gym where you're getting your ass whooped.
How important is perseverance?
It's super important because as soon as the body fails, your mind starts telling you like, I can't go on. And I've become really comfortable with being uncomfortable, in the sense that I kind of had this effort attitude that if I die during this practice, I die during the practice, and I can keep going. Nobody feels bad for you. You have to have coaches that don't feel bad for you during these practices. Daniel Gracie is also one of them guys. He doesn't care that you're fatigued. He doesn't care that you don't feel like doing it. He doesn't care what injuries you have. If you showed up to class, complete the class. So to get to that next level, you really just have to accept that, If this is your time to die, this is your time to die to get to that next level.
You suffered a serious injury. Talk us through how that felt.
Leading up to that, COVID had just hit. I had a part-time jiu-jitsu coach, had a part-time striking coach. This was prior to me joining Daniel Gracie. I was training 3-4 days a week with my coach, my boxing coach, and I had 1 or 2 teammates. And I still made it there. Prior to that, I had some depression issues. I had some things that really knocked me down in life, and I felt sorry for myself. So, I got back on my feet. I got a shot at Contender. It livened me up. I was excited. I was ready. And don't get me wrong, I definitely was ready for that fight. But for some reason, my eyesight shrunk. Like the lens got real small, and you can see a tiny peephole of light at the end. I broke my arm. I was winning a fight. I broke my arm. That was my moment. I've been in the game 18 years at that point, and MMA, mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu. I get to the UFC. I never got a blueprint on how to get there. I get there, and then my moment's taken away, and I'm in excruciating pain. My arm doesn't straighten the same. I was out indefinitely for 6 months, guaranteed, with a surgery, and then I had to go back for a second surgery. So in total, between both surgeries, I was out for 1.5 years, and it really broke me. So as far as what it did to me, it made me feel depression, made me feel like I was worthless because I didn't know who I was outside of fighting, because I had built my whole character around Joe Bodybagz Pyfer. And I had to learn that I had value outside of fighting. That's something that's special to me, because now I value myself. I value my time and who I give it to. Coming back this time around, win, lose, or draw, this is the fight game. We all get hurt. This is called the hurt business. They make documentaries about this shit. So I'm healthy. I'm mentally ready to do what I have to do and lay it all on the line. And it's either kill or be killed for me. That's everything for me. This guy wants to take something from me, and when I get my chance on Tuesday next week, I'm gonna hit this guy with bad intentions, and if he stops breathing, he stops breathing, but those are the intentions I have. I wanna hurt this motherfucker, so.
Tell us about this reality TV show. What's the name of it? What's the rules of engagement?
Yeah, so July 26th, I will be fighting for a show called Dana White's Contender Series. And basically what it is they have 5 fights, 10 fighters total, that they scout all across the United States, top athletes, prospects, things like that, kids that are on the up and coming, like myself. They give you an opportunity to fight in front of the president and the matchmakers, which would be Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, and Dana White, the president himself. You go out there, you compete, you're not guaranteed a contract. So if I went out there and I won and it was a boring fight and I still won, there's a possibility they wouldn't choose me for a contract. Not everybody gets a contract that wins. So you get 5 winners, select them out, depending on the matchmakers and Dana, they pick maybe 1, 2, maybe all 5. They're looking for finishes. So this is different than just a normal UFC fight, because you have a contract, you're in there already, you're kind of safe, so you can win how you want to win. This show particularly makes you get uncomfortable because you have to search for the finish. Fortunately for me, I'm a finisher, and I go out there and I'm a killer by instinct. And if I smell blood in the water and I hit him and his legs go at all, I'm gonna put him out. So this is the perfect show for me.
What is the end game for Bodybagz?
We're talking end game. I don't give a shit about no belt for the UFC. Do I want to attain it? Absolutely. But my end game is to get a beach house, have a beautiful wife and travel the world. There's a lot of people that lose the light in this world because they get caught up in social media and man-made jobs, desk jobs, and they don't go outside, they don't look at the trees, they don't smell the fresh air, they don't look at animals anymore. You could ask someone a natural animal question and they'd be like, I don't even know what animal that is. And I think my end game is to just be whole with the earth and see the beauty that I live in. So it's not just here in Pennsylvania, it's not just here in Jersey. I want to go and travel overseas. So that's my end game. As far as my end game for the UFC, I want to hurt all these dudes, man. I want to get a shot at all of them. I want to see how far I can go. I want to test myself against the best. I think I can beat the best, and I believe I'm one of the best. So,
what is your preference? Submission, snap, tap, what?
Knockouts. There's an urge for me when I knock somebody out that I just want to keep hitting you until the lights are gone. So, I'm not the kind of guy that I knock you out, I'm not going to hit you again. I knock you out, I'm going to give you a couple more. So I think it's the childhood anger. I can honestly say I've forgiven everything in my life that ever happened to me, but there's still that dog. There's still that, you're challenging me because you think you're better than me. I'm fighting you because you want to take away my way of living. So, this guy's not my friend, and I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care if it's the champion of the world. I don't care if it's the number 37th guy in the world. You step in there, I'm going to hit you with mean intentions. I'm trying to break your fucking face. So in a sense, it is therapeutic. It keeps my ass in check. It keeps my upbeat personality in check. I gotta calm myself down all the time. If I didn't have training, I think I would be a wild person.
you ever have stupid people around you? Oh, you're a UFC fighter. How do you handle that type of situation?
Yeah, I learned to laugh because before I would give everybody a reaction, and that's where I had to learn. That's a part of when I got hurt. I learned what my value was and who I give my time to. I think this goes back to what I said earlier about learning, my value and who I give my time to. I won't give people like that the time because I don't think they deserve to be in my life. I'm really big on that. I don't think that just because, you said hi to me and we shook hands, I don't think you're deserving of a place in my life. Whether you insulted me, whether I like you or whether I don't like you, it's my choice to keep who I want in my circle. People that try to antagonize me, look, don't get me wrong, I'm human. And I'm not saying I have super good self-control. If you touch someone I care about, you touch my girl, you touch me, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking mouth. I live by those rules because I think people got too comfortable just turning the other cheek, and then everybody can run around and have this attitude, you can't touch me,
So what is your favorite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu technique?
I like my smash pass, like my half guard, like knee slide. I'm really good at that. And I also like my shoulder, like it's really popular right now. It's head and arm, half guard, smash pass. So you're really putting your pressure in the guy's chin and, working your way over. I'm really good at that. I have a really good grip. I have a really good over under. So I really try to get there and then work for a pass. So that's probably my favorite technique.
Who are the people that help you to get here?
First and foremost, as far as teammates go, I train with Sean Brady. He's been training with me in this entire camp. He's literally submitted me probably 398 times. Honestly, it's absurd. That kid is second to none, and he's gonna keep climbing the ranks, man. People are gonna be surprised with how easily he smashes people on the ground, and that's because he trains with Daniel Gracie. And he's been here for years on years on years. Andre Petrowski, Jeremiah Wells. But yeah, as far as sponsorships, I have MMA Insurance Services. Someone that's been a father figure to me, Mike Hartman Sr. They own H&H Excavating. They really took me in. I met him actually. I want to tell that story because that guy is very important to me. It means a lot. His family, Chip, Mike, Lauren, Nikki, and then obviously Mrs. Hartman. You guys have really helped me make this fight. I know you guys know that I've had these conversations before this fight, and win, lose, or draw, I'm going to give it everything I have, and you guys are a big, big reason as to why I've been able to not work a job and be able to train. So thank you very much. Same thing with John May with MMA Insurance Services, and Rick Miglioris. Rick Miglioris got me into jiu-jitsu along with my dad, and he's been a father figure to me as well. Known me since I was 5 years old, so they call him the godfather of jiu-jitsu. Got to give him the shout out. Haven't seen you in a little bit, love you. Oh, Adam Ferris from Pursuit Fitness. He's got me in great shape, but he's a good dude too. So, but yeah, come July 26th, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out.
So that's your prediction? What's your prediction? How's it gonna go down?
Oh man, see, I dream about this every night about how this fight's gonna end. And I literally thought of how I've lost, how I could lose, how I could win. I truly think it's gonna really come down to how that first round opens up. I think I knock his ass out. I just don't see him being able to avoid being hit. I think his defense is really shit. So the other part is I know I could take him down, and I might take him down depending how aggressive he is. I'm predicting a finish 100%. Knowing me and my attitude, I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. So I want a KO. I don't want a submission. I don't want him to tap. I hope he's not the kind of guy that taps if I get a submission.
Well, how crazy is it gonna be when you're in the UFC video game?
I don't even think about that, man. I don't give a shit about
cool.
that. One thing I will say about myself, I'm not starstruck by anybody. I don't give a shit about Dana White. I don't give a shit about the matchmakers. I don't care about the superstars in there. They're human beings. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I see a lot of people act out of character when they get a little bit of attention. And that's not me. I want to stay true to who I am because I've been kicked when I was down. And I've been abandoned when I needed people that were supposed to be relatives and, even friends. I've had some friendships really go south. And one thing I say about myself, I've never made all the right decisions, but I've never met somebody and put them in a worse spot. And I think that makes me a good person. So, and I need to go to sleep knowing I'm a good person. If I'm not, then I need to reevaluate what I'm doing in this life.
I won't be denied because I don't get outworked. There's no shot that this guy that I'm facing is going to outwork me, whether it's this guy's name or another guy that they put in front of me. My name is Bodybagz Pyfer. I'm 25 years old and I'm here to win a contract for the UFC.
And this is one we talked about all week long, very much looking forward to this, to fighters who will
Ready to fight.
likely at some point both find themselves in the UFC.
Oh, man, nice level change.
Single take, big takedown. The ground and pound coming from Pyfer, and
That is the power.
is it.
What you have been through to get back to this moment, and then you go out there and you do that. What is the emotion like right now?
I'm so emotional right now. In the back, I was telling my coach, I was like, my fucking legs are gone. I want to take this moment to thank everybody.
I understand you're very happy with the last one, but maybe some critiques for the rest of the fighters.
Let me put it to you this way. Let me reiterate what this show is about. If you want to get into the UFC and this is where you want to be, act like Joe Pyfer, okay? Be Joe Pyfer. Be excited to be here. Be fired up to fight. Try to finish the fight. Try to win. Be Joe Pyfer and you will get into the UFC.
Joe Pyfer is in the UFC, and he is the only one. Guys, back to you.